Hello, everybody. How's it going tonight? It's
Ah,
Night episode 144.
ooh,
We made it. We made it to 144. Yeah,
that's a lot of episodes.
yeah. We only have saved like 10 episodes, so it's not bad. Compliments of Facebook. So we'll just have to start over and interview everybody that we've interviewed over the last 143 episodes. So that'll be great.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Sounds like a lot of work, Kenny.
Yeah, well, we've got nothing but time. Yeah, but tonight we're just going to shoot the breeze with another individual that came and played with the band out in St. Louis, and he's been on the show before. If you used to read the news articles back in the 80s, you read probably Mike's, and he's an excellent player then, playing with the Wild Geese, and great player still today, still mowing over people, but his kill count's too high to count or keep track of, so we just say a lot. And but other than that, let's bring him on. We got Mr. Michael Kay. Hey, Mike.
What's up? What's up, gentlemen? Do you see me? Is everything all right?
It's great.
Okay, I hadn't set up as funny. I didn't scroll down to hit join studio, so I'm sitting here 20 minutes. Like, what's going on, guys? It's just love being, you know me. I'm still, like my articles. The first one was literally my dad's Vietnam typewriter. You know,
Yeah.
double spaced and doing the whiteout with the anyways, but did I just age myself? Yeah. Doesn't,
It'll be all
yeah,
right.
this doesn't take much. Yeah, so happy New Year's, guys. This is your first setup for the new year, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. It's new year, new us here. Same studios, the museums, but yep, we're here.
Yeah, I noticed the new graphics, the iMovie thing there, dude. I like it, I like that. I enjoyed that music. I had a couple ideas earlier in
Yeah.
life, things. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, that's good. Little, raise the blood pressure.
Well, we're building the excitement for you, Mike. It was only for you. We don't do it for anybody else but you.
But I come pre-excited usually, right?
Well, yeah.
Pretty much.
Next
So
level.
hey, I just want to throw out, man, St. Louis. Just the story for the people. So Ken, you use my EMAC, right?
Sure. The Titman broke again.
So it was just it was one game, and I always like both that weapon and the weapon I was using. Always like a nice hair, fine trigger, like a mouse button kind of click. It just hearing you opening up, and it's like here, and I'm just thinking like, damn, man. I don't hear that all that much, man. And
how did that go, Mike?
And that was you. And it's like you're like, give me covering fire. I'm like, Jesus, yeah, hell yeah, son, get some.
I shot a lot of paintballs. I didn't shoot anybody, but I shot a lot of paintballs.
Yeah, the objective. It's kind of funny. Is I don't even shooting people. That's not. Sure, the ultimate goal is, if you win, you lose. What happens at the end of the day? That finally like wore into me after some years. Going out walking on to shoot people. Yeah, that just doesn't do it that much for me. I prefer just even if I'm not playing, just that competition, 1-on-1, 5-on-5. There's a winner, there's a loser.
Yeah.
That's where my energy goes. That's what I enjoy personally.
Yeah. Well, that's understandable.
Yeah, so I mean, it was like one time. It's like actually the funny story is like when I was officially became a full timer on the Wild Geese. I actually shot 7 out of 15 on the National Ridge Runners on in Nashville, and
Okay.
and it wasn't like I just ran down like Rambo or anything. I was still like the leg, and our process was really they would put me in there like a mole, so I'd run fast, I'd bury my head into a bunker,
Yeah.
and and then people would worry about me, and other guys would snipe them at distance. But they just kept on sending people to this like same tree. I just had such defilade on them. I just looked to the right, and it's like a downhill shot, like 25 yards. And
Yeah.
it's the 12-gram stuff. I'm around. It was just like whack, and you're like still. They just kept on feeding people into it, and after like the third person, even me, at such a young age, I was like, need they figure out that every time they send someone to that tree, they get shot.
No. Try again.
And yeah, and if I wasn't there, actually, we were losing game because they were pushing that center, and I don't want to draw out the thing, but anyways, it was they just like gave me, gave me free money. I guess they kept on feeding people to that one game, and the
Yeah.
captain Cliffy was like gives me a big hug. Oh, you're a starter now, because everyone's going like look at that. Wow. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, you cook awesome breakfast. You shot the gun well. That was a really great time. Yeah, I wish Fred was there too. I don't know if I was his replacement, but I
Probably.
tell you what, it's like what a great bunch of folks. Those guys just been doing it forever.
Yeah. And then Bill did a great job of keeping the scores up to date and taking care of business there at the score table.
Very impressive.
Very smooth machine there. I mean, you could never talk to him because he was always adding numbers. But
Yeah.
if you walked up and just started saying 685-248, he would punch you right in the mouth.
Yep.
I was going, oh, so he's working. I thought he just didn't like me or something. I wasn't.
He's not a multi.
It's
Only one
I
thing.
played pro paintball before, bro. It's all good.
Yep.
I'm used to the cold shoulder.
When it comes to numbers, you don't mess around.
Yeah, the guy behind the table, the ref. Yeah, they don't even. You can buy as many coffees as you want, my friend. He ain't done going to me the goddamn thing. They're still gonna give you a cold shoulder.
And speaking of good guys, we got Terry Schloss watching, which is Tim Schloss.
Yep.
Saying good evening all in the chat room there. Good to see you, Tim.
Yeah, hey Tim.
That now, sorry, because my obviously I had a 30-year freeze dried. That was Tim Schloss's that Tiger Stripe.
Yep, Tiger Stripe, and he owned Gateway Paintball, where we played the St. Louis Classic at.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was just making sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I tell you what, that felt really great when he just saw me wearing those stock Tiger Stripes, and he just pointed that out, and he's like, "Wild Geese, hell, you were the first sponsor. You're the first team we sponsored ever."
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh my god, yeah!" Like people told me that before. I just, I didn't confirm it as fact. It just like it sounded cool at the time. Not necessarily relevant, but it's, at this point in life, it does sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I really you notice some of these old.
Oh yeah, beautiful shirts you get there.
Yeah, I see Navarone.
Navarone. Now, so these are all from the donation from Bonnie, and I have chunks more. But of course, Navarone. When not like. I'm not trying to say like, oh, the Wild Geese were like this, like the most competitive team. It wasn't, like we had style, we had a thing, honor this honorable kind of thing, technically. But we had the good uniforms and the berets.
Yep.
But the fact is, you had like the PMI Piranhas, which used to actually be the Land Sharks back in the like 80 something days, uh, so Land Sharks, Lords of Discipline, Navarone. So Navarone would have been the Lakers, and the psyops, I always like to call it, with the team. They would always like tell us we're the Celtics and they're the Lakers, because that was like really relevant back in that era. That's like the beginning of the Larry Bird, I believe, and like the Lakers and the Celtics were always like bumping heads, and it was always like for us, we had to worry about the West Coast teams. I think it was because of course, he had the Piranhas were a local team, but Navarone at the time, they just kept on winning everything back at the beginning. That was like the focus. That's actually when we won the championship. They came in second. We had to play them for first.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
but yeah, anyway, yeah. So it's cool shirts, and then this one here, I remember that. I literally just pulled these out of the bin today. That one, I remember having that shirt, and this other one over here. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not going to mess with the camera too much, but
What's
it
wrong
was
button?
like one of the first paintball shirts I ever bought, which was 1984.
Yeah.
It says, I don't. You might have seen it before. It was National Survival Game, the intellectual challenge of the '80s.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you have that T-shirt. I have like 3 of them now, so I was going to send you at least one.
I'd have to look.
So, yeah.
That's very cool.
Mhm.
I'm glad you got those. And how's Bonnie holding up?
She's doing all right. She just broke her humerus when I went out there and hung out with her. It was like 3 weeks past after falling,
Yeah.
and so she's trying to bounce back. She's doing all right. I'm supposed to go out there again and have lunch with her, and apparently there's a couple more paintball jackets from the past that she has. That I'm not sure what they're from, but.
All very cool, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I have. I tell you, I do have great apparel and 30-year-old paintball t-shirts. They do shrink. So I tell you what, I have this. You got some like 9-year-old guy you want to set up that looks like he's like the bomb. It's like, where the hell did you get that shirt? 1987 world championship, but it shrinks down to like the size of literally like a 10-year-old kid.
Crazy how those posits happen.
Well, here I actually gave a couple of shirts, some friends down there in AG, New Hampshire. One of the oldest paintball fields in the world, um, and they have so many young people going in there because they have just such a great program. So I looked at the shirts and it's like, God, they're so small, but actually
Shrink mark.
had like four of the same thing, and it was literally like 1988, 89. It was actually said survival games instead of paintball, so
Yeah.
it was still the franchise. So that aged it, and it's one like I don't know whether like 10 and 8 or 12 and 10.
Yeah.
But they're all like, oh wow. It's like, it's better served that way than, just sitting in a bin in my house, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear that.
Yeah, it's like, you're a 10-year-old kid, and, it doesn't take, I don't know how it was with you growing up, but, it doesn't really take much to really redirect someone towards a different path, maybe a not necessarily better path, but as soon as you like inspire someone that maybe they can do great things, maybe just like throwing a little effort in. As soon as they see like the results of doing that effort, perhaps it worked for me anyways. It just like, yeah, you know what? Hell yeah. And suddenly I thought I owned the world if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But I was
Ryan,
very sheltered and stuff. I like that. And then suddenly it was, but I was so young, I was 21 years old when all that stuff happened. I mean, I did all that stuff, the writing, and then I stopped. I think I was 26, 27 when I stopped. it's like, it's like there was so much stuff at such a young age. It was all kind of overwhelming at times.
Yes, it was.
Especially with regular life things. I mean, I was struggling with a career, like I was living at mom's. It's like she goes, "I love you, but you know what? Get the hell out of Dodge someday, son."
Yeah. Ryan
Yeah.
said that shirt was Bentley and Mason. Is I'm guessing who you gave those shirts to? Ryan.
Yeah,
told
I
me-
know Bentley was one of them. Yep, definitely Bentley. I knew one. Okay, Mason's is, I believe, his brother. Yeah,
And
great kids.
JC Johnson says, I wish manufacturers would make more shirts in cotton. Everything is now polyester tech tees. Crap. And
I say linen, man. Go linen.
Yep. And we also have the famous Mark Davis watching this evening. He started
Hey, Mark.
his custom Davis Customs. Is it? What is it, Bill?
Yep.
Mark
Yeah,
Davis.
he also helped Nova create a new gun. So.
Yep.
Nobody did? Really? No.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then sad news: Allen Paintball Products looks like they're closing their doors now this year. So they had a 39-year run, so that was a good run, and we'll miss the Atman.
Yeah, they were like I think as far as we had two. I think we had maybe I can't speak for it. I don't know. Maybe View Loader, but I know we had. I mean, Allen Paintball was Sight Feeder, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Indian Springs.
That was like the big. We had two different sponsors in my career for hoppers and loaders, but that was the primary one for the majority of it. That's a bummer, man. Yeah.
Yep. So that's a sad day, but well, I got something positive. Mark Davis is moving on, doing his own thing, so that's great. But yep. And the Batman, if you watch this, if you feel free, there he is. There's Joke Man. See, he had a great run. So, now when he's clearing the warehouse out, if you need to donate anything in memory of APP, we can display it in the museum. So just let me know. I'll drive down and go get whatever you need to get rid of there. And we'll add it to the museum.
I'm not trying to hide from you, but I'm like I got to get on your Facebook page here so I can see that.
And yeah. Oh yeah, Mark Davis says the quad ball detent autococker. No longer will a ball roll out the barrel. Well, I would hope not.
Now, was that the ones that they had displayed out there at?
No, those were actually War Game products that were out at St. Louis. But Mark Davis had worked with, I guess, Nova Paintball, and they had the Sentinel autococker that they had produced, and so now this is the next level. What'd they call it, Bill?
I think it's the Mark IV.
Mark IV. So yeah, it has quad ball detents.
I have to admit, they were beautiful, and then when I came back, when I had the cameras, like, oh, and yeah, no, I'm flying out tomorrow morning. Everything's all packed up. Sorry, bro. Because when I take a picture of it, I'm like, oh, that thing's so beautiful. Because it was one of those things. I'm walking away, and the evil paintball guy is like, "Do it, buy another gun." I mean, everybody needs like 10 guns, And then the little angel was like, Mike, you already have all these really nice guns. You save your money for retirement.
Speaking of retirement, Mike, aren't you scheduled for retirement in April?
My official day for retirement right now is April 1st. But I have to burn all my vacation days. So right now my last day is Friday the 13th, February.
Careful on that one. Careful.
Oh yeah, I might call in sick.
It's the last day I'm calling in sick.
Actually, I work with a guy. He called in sick on his last day. I'll never forget it. The boss was a terrible boss. He actually ended up being demoted. He was so bad. But the guy's like, a third. He's like, yeah, I'm not coming in tonight. I'm calling in sick. And the boss looked at him and started like, you can't call in sick on your last day. And guy just looked and goes, F you, effing watch me, and threw his keys right into the guy's chest, hitting on the counter. And he just walked out and was like, see you later. And he was just done.
Yeah.
It just cracked me up. I was like, wow, yeah, son.
That's going to go on as permanent record.
Yeah. I work for the Department of Transportation, and when you retire, your last day, they don't let you go in the street. You just get to stay at the office, have some cake, and leave at lunchtime.
Yeah, they might do that with me. I told them I didn't want a cake, but I told them instead of cake, buy the guys like coffee and donuts in the morning. The guys at night buy them a pizza. It's freight industry, not a glamorous job.
No.
Not like oh yeah. I mean, yeah, when you deliver, and a lot of these deliveries now are residential because of like the Amazons and all the online stuff. Those who ignored that reality are out of business, basically. So we do a lot of that. So a lot of the great thank you stuff is still there with that thought process. But when you're bringing, you go into a business and you're bringing someone a whole bunch of work like 5 minutes before their lunch, kind of, it's just, I've been doing it. It'll literally be just about 40 years. I'm actually on my 39th year full time.
You beat me.
So yeah, I'm well deserved of it. I've had I've had what, 4 orthopedic surgeries already. It's time to relax. I'm all done with pulling up and pulling down trailer doors.
Yeah.
Back, man.
Steve Nelson that's watching says, I think I heard PMI Piranha / Land Sharks mentioned. I worked for Mark and Caleb at the PGS for many years. Those days in the late 80s into the 90s were great.
Yep, I did mention the land sharks, and then you're like, people don't, when I say land, you're a fossil. If you're land sharks, you're a fossil. Hell yeah. That's a litmus test right there. Because they turned in PMI piranhas, probably before 1990. Pretty sure, because I knew the piranha gun came out actually. Just been perusing through a 1989, December 1989 Paintball Sports magazine, and like the page two ad was a PMI piranha.
Yeah.
Page 1, I get I don't know. The cover's not page 1, but the back of the front cover, it was like PMI paint.
Yeah.
Page 2 was the marker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I was just like, oh wow, this is like this old cool stuff. I posted a picture to the local AG paintball field in Ware, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Of a picture of the Razorback. I'm sure you have some of those, right?
I do have Razorback 2 here somewhere.
Yeah.
Might be actually in the trailer.
Yeah, it's just stuff. That stuff. I don't remember that stuff from my time. I remember my time, so I remember like nail spots and but
Yeah.
anyways,
Mike, do you remember this team?
I still I still haven't like got on to so I'm just on my phone, so I don't have a screen. I see a picture of myself.
It says Swamp Rats.
Swamp Rats. I remember that name, Swamp Rats.
Yeah.
What area were they from?
They're kind of your area.
Well, that would make sense then.
Yeah.
Definitely remember that name. But yeah, I mean, I wish, I wish my brain worked properly. But 30 years away from it all, it made it so much more distant. But it is what it is. Everything's doing pretty good. But Swamp Rats, you always like you ever hear of the Kansas City Wrecking Crew?
Oh yeah.
So Bonnie, one of the patches, and I call it the patch box because it's like whatever 60 or 70 different patches from Europe and all these different things that Cliffy experienced. But that was one of the pictures. I mean, not one of the patches.
Yeah.
That's Richard Peel.
But Richard Peel is part of that.
He was the captain. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Dennis Fontaine Jr. says, my dad played in New England in the early 1990s. Team name was Fair Warning.
Dire Warning.
Fair Warning.
Fair.
Oh, Fair Warning. Yeah, that sounds familiar too. But as long as they don't say, "Hey, we were on the Killer Rabbits or the Knights of Knee," because that would just throw me so off. Because like every regional tournament would always be the Killer Rabbits or the Knights of Knee, because back in the '80s that was a little more relevant. The Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
I mean, I kid you not. It just, you asked people from like 87, 88, and you just did this regional stuff. I mean, yeah. You just think, oh, yeah, the Killer Rabbits. Oh, yeah, the Knights of Knee. Yep, here we go. Here we go again.
Yeah, I found one of our original patches from my team on eBay the other day from like 1988, 89. It was crazy. It was Woodland Warriors, and I was like, what the hell is that doing on eBay? And it's a total mystery because I only gave 2 of those patches away to non-team members. And, one of them was the blue Hans, and it wasn't him selling it. And I don't remember who the second guy was, so that must be the second guy. So.
Oh, you were one of those like butt anal patch guys. No offense. I mean, I used to have a patch jacket, so you weren't alone, and I respected that. Like, you ever remember the team, the Lurps, LRRPS?
Yeah. Yep.
They actually won an NSG national championship, maybe in '88. It might have been the ones that followed us. But yeah, they weren't. They had at first they said, "Yeah, we don't actually really have a patch." But I swear to God, I saw a Lurps patch.
Yeah.
But I think maybe it would have been like more like a military one, not necessarily like a paintball team one.
Yeah.
But I have Technoball. That was the thing they gave me, because Technoball. Hey, Gumby, was that you, Gumby?
He's not hiding in the trees.
Oh yeah, I swear to God, I heard Gumby for a second there. Yeah, but anyways, yeah.
My phone.
So easy to lose track these days on my brain. So hey, just want to let you know, for the people that don't know, I live in New Hampshire, birthplace of paintball. I live like probably less than an hour from the apparent first place they ever played it in Henniker, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
In case anyone was kind of curious about that, so it was just a fun fact. So when I started in '87, I actually first started in '84. The people I actually bumped into were like literally some of the first people in the world to play. I mean, it's certainly less than a million. Probably like the first. I mean, what kind of number would you call like 1982, 1983? First 10,000 people
Yeah.
in the world.
1%.
Yeah.
The 1%.
So those were like the geese that were the veterans when I joined. And first I met them in '84, and they just gave us a great time. We were just first time walk-on players. And so just like any other like great player with a great personality these days, they would see these young people that never played, say, hey, let's show these guys a good time. So the guy's like, hey, and you guys want to do something really cool? If we run really fast and hide behind this big rock over there, the whole team's gonna walk right by us. And then we're just Gumby.
No, that's my phone.
And yeah. So sure enough, yeah, we all hid behind this rock. It wasn't some like huge rock. It was like 6 of us. So me and my brother, so I was 18, my brother was 19.
Yeah.
So we did this full sprint to this rock. We all hid like Vietnam kind of thing, literally shoulder to shoulder. It wasn't like some big rock. And everyone just literally hid, and we only had one person with a set of eyes watching. But I just remember hearing the leaves and the whole team just walking by. You remember those, like 5-10 acre fields back then? If they just walk by heading towards our field, it's like we just grabbed the field. I mean, grabbed the flag, just kind of casually walked up all behind them and shot them all in the ass while they were still like looking for our flag station. It was freaking hilarious. It was one of the first paintball experiences in my life. And so I just like, oh, I love this guy. What's his name? And actually, he was Ed Derrickson was his name. He was actually I would think he would be my sponsor if there was such a thing. I guess for the geese, he's the one who vouched for me. I guess at the beginning. But yeah, he liked to hang out with new players and stuff and just have fun with that. And I can relate to that. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Happy says it only existed digitally.
What only did digitally?
I don't even have to ask Happy about this one.
Okay, yeah, okay. It's Happy.
It's Happy. Happy.
Hey, what do I know? He's just the grand. What's that? The Grand Poobah? Was that on the Flintstones? The Grand Poobah of the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy's the Grand Poobah. So like I was like running this horn section north in AG paintball in Weir, New Hampshire, and the thing is like we were like dabbling in speedball. We wanted like because it's fun for me. I'll always say I think it's designed for old people. Run full throttle into balloon. Nice AstroTurf. My truck's right there. The defibrillator's right there. The restroom's right there. It's just like, I couldn't design it better than I couldn't have designed it better myself. I'll be honest with you, but it's like we just wanted to do it. Me personally, I like that aggression, like right off the bat. Ready, go. 20 something years ago, I didn't have a problem like hunting people down for like 5 minutes before I found them.
That's why at the band we had to pick a designated runner to get it back. So somebody could save themselves, the energy off the break, so that we had enough energy to get the flag back if it became an issue.
Yeah. Well, it didn't work that last game. We didn't get that flag hang, did we?
I think we were avoiding it so we wouldn't have to use more paintballs, because Bill was over there crunching the numbers, and he's like, "Oh, you guys might have to play another game."
Oh, man. Okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Shooting ourselves in the arm.
That would make sense. The hell play another game. But goddamn kids.
Yeah, well, then we had to buy more paint, and then we had to. It takes us a while to get off the field, and yeah, we did. We wouldn't want all that hassle, so we had to end it early.
I hadn't grabbed a flag since 30-something years ago, and I was just running down the line. It's like, there's a flag, and I see the opponent on the other side. And I'm like, and all this time, because, I've just been at that position so many times, I'm thinking, why the hell I'm the one right back here? Because that was, we had those two young guys that joined us just to fill the roster at the last game.
Yeah.
I'm literally shooting at the last guy. The flag's between him and me. And I don't know if it was your side, but the right side of the field was pressing. The guy, he's like, he wants to deal with me, but he's got other issues. I just kept on thinking, it's like, why am I'm not supposed to be the one right here. Why am the one best positioned to grab the flag and run it back at 59 years old?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Great.
But I found that 18-year-old kid. He was back at the 50. He was like, "What are you saying?" I think, "I'm not saying anything. I'm out of breath." Leg! I just remember screaming, "Legs! I need legs!" But I never said that was our thing. I need someone to grab the flag. I need the rabbit. We had back then. Legs was the thing. The runner was the rabbit. So I'm screaming, "I need legs!" And half the people say, "Don't we all, man?" It's like I haven't been to the gym in years.
Yeah. Happy says the man tends to have to be weak on runners.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Last time I seen Happy play, he's like, I don't know. I think he's on something. He's on you know what Happy's on? What Happy's on is, I think it was his knee. Now it bothered him for a while, and I think he got it fixed or what, and he's feeling good. And the last couple times I played with him, it was like, hell yeah, they're motivated. It's nice to see guys 60-year-old people motivated.
Yeah.
That's even better. Not you're not 60, obviously, Ken, but the band, seeing all those guys and they're screaming, it's like, damn. It's like, come on, get your ass up here. Don't get shot. Keep your head down. And it's like, it's like, I remember that. They were screaming that crap at me 30-something years ago, too. So, it's like, hell yeah, it's like they're playing and it's like the intensity and then, the best thing is obvious, it's the band. We're one day we'll maybe get into the finals, but we don't give up easy. You can't just be half-assed and just roll them, not that tournament. No, sir.
No, Thomas Gee's really good at being the Alamo, and he'll take out 5 or 6 of you right at the end.
I tell you, he is an intimidating man. Happy was like, "Oh yeah, Tom Gee, hook up with Tom Gee." I'm like, "Who?" I say, "You don't know Tom Gee?" And I'm like, "It's like, dude, I don't know anybody anymore." But anyway, I met him, and as soon as I met him, well, I'm not saying negative, intimidating. He just, I assure you, you probably can feel his presence when he walks into a room. He's just really, yeah. I really enjoy. I loved his demeanor. It's like I'm just this cold, kind of matter of fact. Yeah, Well, the hell with them. Let's just kill them all. Okay, what do you think?
Yeah.
And that's kind of, it's almost kind of, I thought that was his mentality. Short on words, hard on action.
Yeah, the Master Blasters, which we're pretty having a pretty good lead there for a little bit, or they're in the top tiers, and then Thomas is back there hiding, and at the Alamo there, and they got a little sloppy coming to get him, and he took several of them with him, so it was
nice,
very impressive.
Yeah, I tell you, yeah, Hozo Master Blasters. I got dug up. I sent I sent a picture to Kevin. I found it, same magazine I was talking about in December 1989. They had actually, it was the article, they won the Poconos.
Yeah.
Which, it's just like, oh my God, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I sent him that. I took a picture of it and sent it to him. It's like, he's like, you're like a bunch of skinny kids with weird long hair and stuff in the photo. It's like,
you said skinny.
Yeah, you damn right. I said skinny, dude. Rosie, dude. He was not. I mean, he wasn't like a willow branch skinny, but he, he's not a guy. He's a big guy. I mean, it's not beer belly big. He's a big dude. He's all muscle, but he wasn't. He reminds me of me back then. I actually, in my industry, he actually is, I think, a Teamster too. I think he does something similar for work, but I won't speak for him. But my line of work, I probably put like 40 pounds in muscle. I was probably like 150 wet when I started this.
Yep.
But, it is what it is. Yeah. I think most people probably put on muscle mass at that age, later on in that age anyway.
I call it fat.
Well, I just okay. I give you like 30 seconds for a good one-liner response, but yeah, I'm not even going to. Yeah, it's fat. All right. Okay, it's like the pictures. I was at this another field in New Hampshire called OSG. I was at this one-on-one tournament, and the local photographer took a bunch of pictures. And I swear to God, it's like I literally posted like, "Oh my God, do I look that fat?" Because it was you tuck out your jersey, with your belt and stuff. But every photo made me look like I was like 220 or something. I just thought that was kind of funny. I was like, I mean, I always thought I was like, Grease Lightning, Shazam, like,
yeah. It's those shrink moths that hide in closets,
Yeah. And the scale mites that add numbers to the scale.
Yeah. Scale mites?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think I'm pretty smart. I still think I'm pretty awesome. Still think I'm pretty fast. I still am a pretty good shot, though, I have to say. People's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you bounced like 3 off me, blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that. But, I mean, it's like, yeah. Hell yeah. So, let's see, what else I was wanted to talk about. So, obviously, I have some stuff coming to you. I still have to go through a whole bunch of it. I mean, I have tons of T-shirts. I have some like old letters, kind of documentation. Like I believe it's like the back and forth from when the Wild Geese went to England for the first time.
Okay.
Kind of like the letter saying, "Oh, hey, I'm interested in going to England to play your tournament," and then maybe a letter responding. Not necessarily like true display, but maybe like someone put in a file somewhere.
It'll be scanned and digitalized for everybody to see.
Yeah, things like that. yeah, there's nothing, no guns or anything. It's just patches, tons of patches,
Very cool.
fair amount of patches. Um, yeah, tons of T-shirts.
Well,
You know,
you've generously donated your Aaron Carter to us, and that's very cool in itself. So, I mean, it's an amazing piece we have hanging in the museum trailer. It goes to events with us now.
actually, going back to the same magazine, December 1989.
Yeah.
I'll send it once we're done with this. I'll send it to you tomorrow when it hits me. A picture like Aaron Carter and
Yeah.
some other dude from 1989 that was in the magazine. So on this, because I was actually scanning. I was looking for something for the Master Blasters for Kevin, and but anyway, I was like, oh my God, Aaron Carter. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the photos like I don't have a clue I have no recognition of them, you know. But back then, I was just hard gun, 21, 22-year-old guy, just worried about maybe getting full time starting spot, you know. So me and Aaron Carter, we wouldn't be going, yo, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
That just wouldn't be it at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you may have sent me that picture. I'm rummaging through my pictures right now to see if I sent you. Got it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can't remember how I posted it, but
Yeah, I thought I had one of his pictures here in the drawer, and it wasn't there. So I think it's in the big collection.
at times I think before all the news, I mean, I have what I have for the newspaper collection. It's still probably about maybe 4 inches tall. Maybe I should start going through and just taking pictures. Quite honestly, I just like the ads. I think are the
Yeah.
coolest thing out of anything. And then it's just, you bump into a photo here and there, that's the coolest thing. It's like, oh my God, you bump into someone that the last thing they expect is like a picture from when they were 20. you know,
Yeah.
and it's still there. It's like I sent Fred Schultz one, whatever. It was one of the newspaper articles I did. And, I'm sure he saw it back in the day reading the article, but of course, he didn't cut the picture out, I wouldn't think. So he just
Yeah.
sent the picture. See, back in it was, the mullet. Yeah, that was mullet days. And yeah, sorry, Fred, but yeah, the mullet, bro.
I
But yeah,
understand.
with the PMI marketing director, a couple other big wigs. But it was
Yeah.
just nice. It's just like, oh my God, you used to be young. I remember that. Aw, that's cool.
Let's see here. I think I found a picture of Aaron here. Let's see if I can bring it up. I think you sent me this one, Mike. Let's see if my computer will bring it up or not.
I don't know. I'm just talking to my phone. I gave up trying to get the feed on my computer here, but that's fine. I'm used to talking to nothing except the phone or just the windshield, the wall, my cat. I'm happy though. My cat's not giving me a hard time because she was like 5 minutes before 9. She's just it's night time, bud. It's cold. She wants to get under the blanket.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I'm going to have to throw that bitch outside. It's 18 degrees out. I think 20 degrees out right now up here.
Oh, it's chilly. Yeah. There's the picture. Mike Cassidy and Aaron Carter, and I don't know the other gentleman. But he is awfully young. It's the clipping that you'd sent me. Yeah, Mike.
Okay. Yeah, I'd just be honest with you. I wouldn't have caught that unless it had the the subtitle, tell who it was.
Yeah, I wouldn't
No.
have guessed that was Aaron out of anything.
It says Bill Harvey.
Okay. Oh, Bill
So it's
Harvey.
But hell, that looks like something Youngblood would use back in the day.
There's some elaborate guns.
I thought he used like Windex or something and Scotch Guard. Youngblood?
I
Yeah.
No.
think a lot of people used Scotch Guard back then.
Scotch Guard.
I never used Scotch dog. I never used that. The geese never did that stuff. We just downright just fucking wiped. Fuck you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the Scotch Guard was used up until I feel like the 2010 era.
Well, they used it from the get-go.
Yeah, so I feel like it's been a long time use.
Yeah, I don't think I know I used it for like backpacking stuff, like in my my backpack. But yeah, never for paintball. Quite honestly, you see those guys, those old pros, like, yeah, you know what? I cheated, but you know what? I'm freaking man enough to be honest about it, stuff like that. So, there was a lot of what it is. There was cheating, and then the problem was cheating became part of the game, it seemed. And, I was affected by it personally, where, literally thousands of dollars, a position in the final and thousands of dollars, gone, kind of like for cheating. I mean, I'm not sure if current rules would have made the difference, but it wasn't like the fair, square kind of situation.
Yeah.
And, that was like, man, so many people got bitter by it. I know that was one of the big things for me for playing was that some of the stuff was just so ridiculous. It's like, I don't want this as part of my game plan,
Yeah.
this cheating thing. But you
Nope.
know what? Yeah, you ding me off the toe and there ain't no ref there, and I'm playing the best guys in the world. So hell, man, no, you got to earn it, son. Shoot me in the knee, shoot me in the calf. But you're like on a like little wingy where I got a little like a spit on a tip of my shoe. I was like, hell no, that's what the ref's job's for. But the last thing I would do was shame my team and shame myself, especially when I was writing, by just doing this blatant kind of thing,
Yeah.
Quite honestly, with the stuff at that level, I was probably one of the cleaner guys playing pro back then, you know. But once I started writing, I really I just had this thing, the last thing I needed was these teams I wanted to take pictures of and write about, thinking that I'm like a scumbag or something. I need them to let me into their like staging area and maybe take some photos or stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But so I remember back then I actually had more penalties since coming back because they're so extreme with them. Playing speedball, get shot in the hopper, guys screaming, you're out. It's like, I can't hear this guy. I'm 60 years old. He's 10 feet behind me, and I'm going with like four other guys on my team, playing hyperball. And you know what that sounds like when incoming rounds are hitting that? It's like, God, I can't even hear anything. And the guy suddenly goes, "Yeah," throws a red flag. I'm like, "What? You're hit." I'm like, okay, we're there. It's like, all right, well, I get hit in the back and the hopper, and I was like, I didn't feel it. Okay, it's like, well, it's like that wasn't like deliberately playing, like knowing I was shot. And he's like, well, actually, welcome to the 21st century, Mike. That's how they call it now. Extreme, to prevent the stuff that made so many of us like not like paintball that much at that level back then.
Yeah.
You know, you want to cheat, but you're gonna bleed. You know, you're gonna bleed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Oh, that's awesome.
so anyway, so hey, yeah. So when I'm retiring, I was kind of thinking maybe a little input from you. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but I'm kind of thinking of like maybe a YouTube channel, not a podcast. Something I could really edit, but something I used to do with the paper was a paintball profile, and just knowing some of these old oil-based people up here, literally the first people in the world, almost like you start doing some interviews,
Okay.
20-minute clicks, and then excuse me, I was thinking like slowly making my way across the country towards SC Village, Fred Schultz and Bud Orr. I got two different constant pursuit patches. I'm not sure if Fred actually has them. He probably does. I mean, because he was the captain of constant pursuit.
Right.
But I thought that'd just be a great storyline and just kind of like promote the sport in its entirety. Just kind of bounce around and
Yeah.
see different fields that people like would say inputs like, "Hey, dude, you got to check this place out. This place is great," or "This is like one of the large." Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Something to keep me busy for the year, and like maybe hit the road for the year because I haven't seen the country, and paintball's on weekends. So, find some cool paintball field near Yellowstone, and I'll
Yeah.
go check out Yellowstone Monday through Friday, I suppose,
Yeah.
and
Well,
write off everything else.
sounds like a great time.
Yeah, see how it goes, but I have a lot of stuff. I love to fish. I want to fish the Appalachian Trail. I want to go tornado chasing. I just so many things I want to do. So, yeah, see how it goes.
Well, you can just sit in my front yard and watch that. You don't even have to chase them.
What? Can I get a good selfie with like a F2 behind me?
Yeah.
See,
If you're
that's what
fast
I'm looking
enough.
at. That's what I want, bro. I know it's like I could do AI, sure. Yeah, but no.
I've got
no.
some 4-foot wide trees that are still laying down. We've been cutting up to get rid of from the last ones.
Yeah, I can understand like that movie Twister, where she like that she's horrified, but she's also like I don't know, possessed, can't run away. I don't know. They just I'll see. I want to be in front of one, not on TV, like to see one and see if I pee my pants or not, or I guess I don't know. It's just something like God. I want to see one of those close and personal. Hope no one gets hurt, but I want to see a tornado.
No.
Tearing apart a freaking field of soybeans or something.
Yeah, that's what Joplin, Missouri thought a few years back.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know. It's like it is what it's just, it's not in a positive way. A tornado is an awesome thing to see.
Yeah.
It's like such power. It's so humbling, really.
Yeah.
Next best thing is like, well, the ocean. Ocean will like make a tornado look like a little Sally, right? A little D5 player.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, we've run out of time, so I'm gonna have to kick you off about your tornado fetishes. It was great having you, and we'll have to have you back on again. And if you decide to go with your YouTube thing, glad to help out. Or if you have any questions, I'm not the greatest YouTuber, but glad to help anything I can to help you with that. Or if you come to, you're welcome to stay at the museum for no charge here. We got a full bath and bedroom for you here if you want to stay here for a night or two or three, whatever you need.
Well, that sounds pretty awesome, man. That's actually, was one of those things I'd be stopping by, seeing you guys for sure.
There's a few good fields nearby. Got Hell Survivors, which is a bigger one, and TC Paintball, and CRU Paintball, and there's just
Quite a few.
there's quite a few right around here that you can check out on your journey.
All right, nice. And all right, so have a great night. And remember, everybody, you haven't experienced paintball until you come to New Hampshire and play the birthplace.
One day.
Yes.
One day, my friends.
All
All
right.
right, love you guys.
Appreciate
See ya.
it.
Good talking to you. All right, good night.
Like,
There you have it. Mike Kay, the man, the myth, the legend. And he's excitable. But he's really fun. We had a good time out at the St. Louis Gateway Classic. It's the first time I got to meet him in person, and he was a great player. So, he is excitable. But he also lent me his equipment because mine broke, typical. But with that said, I bought new equipment that matches Mike's gear that he lent me. So maybe
maybe someday you'll get a hopper.
I don't rush into these things. You know, paintball season doesn't start here in Michigan for a couple more months. Got time. And I have some old eggs and 12-volt Revies here, so I'm sure I could pull through.
Yeah, I've got yours right there in the box. I can see it.
He had to say that, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I know it's there. I know it's in a good place. I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, so it was a great show tonight. We appreciate Mike coming on and sharing his stories. He was super excited. We will have a show next week. Bill, you are welcome to stay home or come on with us. It doesn't matter. But we're going to have your good friend Guy Cooper on next week with Andy Starrett. If you'd like to see Pro Star Sports, what is it? Yeah, Airstar. Pro Lab Sports. Yeah, I got it. Whew. So we're going to talk about that with Andy Starrett and Guy Cooper for an evening, so we can document his story. If you'd like to join us next week, that's where we'll be. But I guess that's really all I had. You had anything else you wanted to share with your patches?
Nah, not tonight. I guess we can show them some other time. I've got some jerseys and patches and some new guns and stuff that I've acquired over the last month.
Okay. But I guess we'll see everybody next week. Thanks for joining us and watching. And have a good week.
See ya.